This is Robin. In this video tutorial, I want to discuss with you the major features of the Garmin Mapsource software. Now, you can view another video tutorial by Garmin, and it's a basic video that you can find on the Garmin web. You can also find a link to this website on our Oklahoma McCurtain Guess website. The main purpose of the software is that it provides us a way to view our data collected by a Garmin GPS. And it also is a means where we can transfer from that Garmin GPS the waypoints, the routes, and tracks from our GPS device and then save them on our PC. It also provides us a way to create and view and edit waypoints, routes, and tracks. And it allows us to make ready our data to be transferred to Map Windows. Map Windows is our GIS software, our GIS software, which is our software in which we can layer various information. And in this case, we could layer our various information, such as photography, tax parcels, with our GPS data. Now, Mapsource also allows us to transfer back to our GPS device maps and map data, waypoints, routes, and tracks. So now let's take a look at our Mapsource, and let's double click our icon for Mapsource, and up pops the window for Mapsource. You can see across the top the menu, a typical menu of most software. I want to highlight to you transfer. And remember, I said that our software, Mapsource software, is a means in which we can transfer data back and forth from the GPS unit to our PC and from our PC to the unit. All right, now let's take a look at the rest of the window, and note on the left hand side is a legend, and in this legend next to the image you see maps, waypoints, routes, and tracks. And I have selected waypoints because in most cases in our project activity we work primarily with waypoints and sometimes tracks, but in this case we're going to discuss waypoints. So here is your legend, and when you have waypoints from your GPS and you download it, all of them will show here or listed here in the legend. Alright, note the map image on the screen, and you have a selection of map images. Right now it's on what we call an Oklahoma topo. And this topo was downloaded from the internet to our Mapsource. What we can do also is that we can download from our Mapsource this Oklahoma topo into our GPS unit. Alright, looking at our selection of maps, we have a Texas topo and we won't mess with that. But you see here Trip and Waypoint Manager. That is a map, and I will click on it, that comes with the software. And it's just a basic map and doesn't have a lot of detail, but is useful for some cases. Alright, so I'm going to go back to the Oklahoma topo map. Let's look at the rest of the menu. We have here the functions of zoom in and zoom out. And in this box is a scale box, what we call select a map scale. And right now this particular map is set on 7/10 of a mile. I can change that and say I go to 50 miles, and you have a different scale and a different view. But let's go back to the 7/10 of a mile. Alright, this particular box or icon is select a map with a detailed setting. Alright, and what this is the level of detail of your map. Alright, I have it set on the highest level for this topo. If I go to the lowest level, you'll see there's a lot less information, and it's absent of most of its topographic information. This is our transfer icons, and they're very similar to the transfer icons in our main menu. But this one is where we can receive from our GPS device. And it finds the device, and then you can download the device. This particular feature is if we want to transfer to the device. And everything is relatively simple in the transfer. This particular map tool is a selection tool in which to select areas on the map. And so we come to our map and click, and note that it turns highlighted, alright, at that scale. Now let's go to a bigger scale of 50 miles, and note here what has been highlighted. Alright, I can continue to highlight. And you highlight by clicking and then going to the next area and click and highlight. If you want to unhighlight it, just click it again and it goes away. But note the yellow box, that is your select box. So there I have selected an area in which I want to work with. And this particular area can be transferred specifically to our GPS unit. Alright, the next device is again a zoom tool. A pan tool, you can move the map around. And this is an important tool. This is called the waypoint tool. And I can place a waypoint on the map. And you can see my cursor. I left click, and there is a waypoint. And there is its features. It's lat and long, and press OK, and it is there. And note that it is also in my legend. So you can place waypoints either from your GPS, or you can actually place waypoints on this map. And whenever a waypoint is downloaded, it is listed here, or if you place a waypoint on the map, it will be listed there. Alright, that's about all I wanted to discuss about map windows, or Mapsource. And the next video tutorial will be taking this data from Mapsource, converting it to GPX, and placing it into map windows. And the next video will describe that process. This concludes this tutorial.